Exactly.
But the story behind it is funny, but maybe one of these days in the future I'll share it. But for right now, I can't share that with the people. But follow me, Ted O'Hara. I talk a lot of talk. I troll a little bit of insight. I piss off some sports writers from time to time. I do a little bit of everything.
Cool. All right, man. Appreciate you for coming on. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the movie. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Dude said, thanks for having me, Ben. We'll do this again. I got to have you in the gray area coming soon. I'm putting a lineup together for the next 10 episodes as we speak. You'll be one of the guests. I look forward to having you on, bro.
Definitely. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
See?
All right. That was my man, Ray Jarvis. It was great to get him on the show. So, I apologize. I'm a little nasally right now. It's probably allergies and probably whatever's going around that's been going around for a while. But next up, we got Jerry Williams, J.R.504. Played a song at the beginning of the show called My City. So, he is calling in right now. Jerry, what's going on, man?
Whoa, what's up, Ben? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Great to get you on the show. Playing some of the tracks, man. You got flows, man, and I don't say that lightly or just saying that because you're part of XY, but your music is so soulful that I think that's what the hip hop and that's what rap needs. Oh
man, I appreciate it, man. That came a long way. I ain't gonna lie, man. I actually a friend of mine. Matter of fact, my little brother, like my best friend. His name's Nick. Go by YTM Music. No, YTM 409. Man, he used to rap, and I used to give him a hard time about, yo, you rapping, that's all you want to do. And I'm like, man, yours all right. And then over the course of time, he rapping, and I'm like, wait a minute. He's spitting. Wait, so he's like, man, get on the track with me. I'm like, I'll try. So I wrote something to one of Music Soul's Child's intros, and I just used that for one of the songs. And man, after I heard myself, I'm like, okay, I can do this. But then over the course of time, man, we kind of transitioned to that, let's be like everybody else. And then I just went up to him. I said, bro, I feel horrible telling my mom I got a new song, and I'm cussing and saying all this extra stuff that's not me. So I'm like, that's when I made my transition. And the moment I heard somebody say, yo, I like how you rap, that just put everything into perspective. I'm like, well, I need to do this regardless if I'm mainstream or local, because I feel good doing my music.
Yeah. And that was the biggest thing when I heard your music, and I'm like, there's no cussing in it. And I've been listening to all the songs, and I'm like, okay, there's got to be at least one or two cuss words in here. And it was like 2. And I'm saying that was like 2 in one song, not 2 in multiple songs. And for me, I think that's, if you're able to get your point across without cussing, that takes talent. That's not, you're not just having to make stuff up. You really have to put a pen to a pad and come up with things. And I appreciate that.
Oh shit, man! I appreciate you for noticing, man. Because it took work. I ain't gonna lie, man. Yeah, I thought I'd talk on a podcast, but when it comes to the music, man, constantly going back and forth. Like, honestly, there's plenty of songs where I had some words that I wanted to get off my chest, but I said, you know what? I always thought back about my mom. So mom be like, "Look, Jerry, don't say that. We ain't talk like that around you." So I'm like, well, mama, you win.
Yeah, you can't look mama in the face and be like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway. You can't.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. I'm like, my success, I want to thank God. My mom, I can see my mama face at the wall. You talking about bitches and hoes. Yeah, that ain't God. I can see my mom.
She'll be sitting in the audience. She'll be sitting in the audience like, hey, he ain't talking about God. He playing.
He ain't. No, he playing too much. He played too much. Boy, Sunday school. Yeah, man.
But man, yeah, great to get you on once again. This is Jerry of From the Bottom podcast, X Squad's very own. He's got a show, him and Cal, where they just talk about a variety of topics. And there's like nothing off the table. There was one episode y'all did about bathroom stalls, and people You know, either like handing people stuff under the stall. And I was like, these dudes do not have any limits, but it's funny. It's funny. It's real. It's real stuff. Like it's this real conversation that I love listening to it. But let all the listeners know like when you guys got started and how long you guys been doing it.
We started about a year ago. Actually, it just made a year. Let me see, a week before Valentine's Day. It's been a year. We've been going on since then. But like everything has been in the works. Matter of fact, it was just something that just happened. Because me and Cal, I get off, and he'll be working late, and we'll just be talking about stuff. And you know, I work for a school district, so I'm constantly around kids, and it's in the uppity part, so I'm constantly making bougie jokes about the kids, you know, about the teachers or whatnot. I'm like, man, they not in the hood, you know, stuff like that. So we took a trip to go see Golden State in Portland, and we were listening to Charlemagne the God. I think his show is called Brilliant Idiots. It's called Brilliant Idiots, and we were just listening to that on our drive to Oregon. And I'm like, yo, I think we can do this. I didn't know we'll be able to do it for so long, like one episode for an hour. But if you think about it, if you having a good conversation and it's going back and forth like naturally, oh, that's more than an hour right there.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah. So he introduced me. He was like, what you think? I'm like, well, why not? And you know, we did it, and I was comfortable because I'm around a mic constantly. So I'm like, well, let's do it. And he was like, let's go. And yeah, man, it's been a blessing.
Yeah,
and
man,
fun.
it's
meeting people,
and also just being able to include your spouse in it. I believe your wife has been on there. I'm not sure if Cal's wife has been on there as well, but to me, that's fun. So that your wife can see this is what I'm doing. This is a passion, and then they start. I think they start to respect it more when they're like, "Oh, I see what you're doing, and I see what the work that it takes to do it, and how fun it is for you." Yeah. And I think that's also cool, and that's also huge.
It is, and you know what? I ain't gonna lie, you're right, because you know when something is a hobby and there is no money being put into it and coming back, that time away from the spouse is sometimes can be critical. Because that time, you can be chilling with the wifey, and, she may look at it as, well, it's just a podcast. But when I told her, let's get on, and we was doing it for so long, she was like, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry I used to fuck you. I'm like, it's fun, right? So she's like, yeah. I'm like, so yeah, we're thinking about starting something.
Cool.
So cool. Yeah, man and wife.
To hear it. If whenever y'all get it going.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of talks. I think a couple of days out the week, we may just set the mics up and just kind of just ramble and just have conversation. Because it's fun.
Yeah, it is. Just being able to talk about whatever's going on, talk about life. So, as you know, being a part of the X Squad, we have very interactive chat rooms. So, we got Mocha Bella in the chat room. We got Big L. We also have, that's probably Cal. It's from the Bottom Podcast. I'm assuming that's probably Cal. We got Cedric Galloway, Rough Buff, Clutch Talk Sports. So appreciate everybody tuning in. We got DJ Queen. We got Mo Cheese. The chat room is buzzing. Jelani. So man, appreciate everybody. If anybody got any questions out there anybody need questions out there for Jerry, let me know.
Yeah, let me know, man. Oh, man, I appreciate it once again, man, for being on the show, man. All day, I ain't gonna lie to you. All week, I'll be like, wait, is it 2:30 or 12:30? No, it's 12:30. Then this morning, I'm like, hey, look, hey, boo, I need time. The house needs to be evacuated and quiet for a brother.
I appreciate that. Because you'll be surprised. I'm sure you probably already know. If you have guests, I've had people driving down the street. I've had people like in a meeting room somewhere. I don't know where people are, but I'm like, be in a quiet area. This is a recorded show. You can't have a whole bunch of noise in the background, but I don't think people look at it that way. But, you'd be surprised where people call from.
Oh, yeah, man. Especially when you're, even when we're just recording, just a little noises, the kids might try to creep in and you try to, silently tell them to be quiet. I know how that is, man.
Yeah.
You're like, what is that noise? I got the turtles live with me today. It's just them right now, cool.
All right, so
yeah, man.
Question in the chat room. Big L says, ask him if he used to be a bag over the head Saints fan.
Oh man. Oh, I ain't gonna lie, man. You know what? If you ask anybody, this is how it was in New Orleans. Because Saints has always been poo. Even when they had Archie. Everybody went for either Dallas or Frisco. And that's how it's always been. But at the same time, you love the Saints because that's your home team. And with everything happening after Katrina, you know, I took a liking of the Saints. You know, if they make it, they make it, which they won the Super Bowl. And I ain't mad, you heard me? I'm going to represent. But at the same time, I'm like, they ain't my favorite team. I ain't gonna lie. Dallas is my squad. That's my squad. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I appreciate that. Be honest. Big L says everyone is a new Saints fan now. I wonder why.
Well,
they're winning because they got Drew Brees.
Yeah, man. I you know what? And like I said, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. After Katrina and all that happening, the city, honestly, I must say, man, the city took a liking to the Saints because the Saints was one of the things that we only had. I mean, they could have left, but, you know, they like, nah, we won't play here, you know, and they stood there, and that just built up a whole lot of respect, you know, for them, and by us showing the love, they like, man, people came back, so, you know, that's the liking of it, but I know the bandwagoners.
Everybody's out there. Everybody, even the Patriots, a lot of people that say they're Patriots fan, a lot of them jumped on the bandwagon when they realized how good they were. So,
oh man, yeah, they good, man, but a lot of speculation. As a matter of fact, I caught you on the guy's show. I forgot his name. It was the show before the Super Bowl. We're talking about basketball, and then y'all kind of navigated to the Patriots and Eagles, and I'm like, yeah, I like that show. Y'all had me pumped up.
maybe that was the Courtney Harden show. I don't know if that was him.
It could have been him, yeah.
Yeah. So, looks like we got another question from, looks like Cal. He says, what does he like about the X Squad?
What do I like? Man, the love, man. I mean, like, it's continuous love. If somebody's family is going through it, man, it's love. Just showering love, man, and it's the networking. They throw you on, be like, hey, showing you know, like the daily shows, every show we put out, somebody is hollering at us. You got Queen, you got Knox, you got Mandelion, man, you got Mook, you got everybody, you know, showing that love, and for that, man, it's a wonderful thing to be a part of that, because if you're not the person to network like that, but being a part of this, it kind of grows on you, to be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I roll with the X deep, and when the barbecue comes, we will be there.
Yeah,
taking out that time.
I can't wait myself, especially to meet everybody. To me, that's gonna be great. Just to meet everybody, to chop it up. And honestly, this may be funny, but I want to see how tall people actually are, because I haven't seen anybody from like the waist down, so I don't know if all these guys could be midgets for all I know.
Oh man, hey, well, I guess we go keep the conversation short.
We can find out. I guess we can find out. We'll see.
That's funny, man.
But
yeah, that's
man,
true, man.
Yeah, man. It's just it's all love and support and prayers, and whenever somebody's going through something like you said, to me that's family. That's family. That's not just your blood, but they look out for each other. So shout out to BAB, Big Apple Bastard, in the chat room. We also got Miss Girly Girl in the chat room.
What up, y'all?
So appreciate all the newcomers. So How did you and Cal meet? I know you said you guys work overnight, but I didn't actually know how you guys met, especially being from two different cities and kind of moving to Seattle area.
Yo, man, it's funny. Man, basketball is big up here in Seattle, and it got some nice talent. But we were, matter of fact, I didn't even know him. It was his nephew.